Okay, we are going to be talking something not so fun today. So, and I don't want to be too dramatic, but what if it all fails again? Um, Usually, we don't talk about failures as much. Um, and especially if you've tried it, and gardening uh, is more a hobby, more a pastime, more you don't think about failing in gardening as some most people actually don't even think about it. It's just that they say, "Oh, I don't have a green thumb. I cannot grow a plant. I cannot grow anything. Oh my God, I'm so jealous of you. How uh, you have a beautiful garden. I love what you're doing, but I cannot. I tried. It's not for me." That's what I hear. Um, but a lot of you have already tried your hand at gardening. Um, be you sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. You just don't know what happened. You usually don't think about it as much. Um, you were excited. You went to the store, um, and you got some plants, and then something died. Nothing grew. Just it fell apart. It was neglected, and there's a part of you that wants to try again, but there is also a nagging doubt that says, "Hey, I don't think I can do that. I don't have a green thumb, remember? I cannot keep anything alive." So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get specific. What actually killed your plants? Um, because vague advice does not help anyone. So, the most common thing why I think people kill plants um, is not because you're not a gardener first, not because you're not a good gardener first. Um, okay, let's take one example. A nursery plant that you took home died in 2 days. This one is okay, let's say 2 3 days. This one is so discouraging because you didn't even think that anything would go wrong first, because it was so beautiful, so lush, and so green in the store, in the and it was so healthy. You brought it home, you put it in a spot that you thought looked good. 2 days later, it's drooping, it's yellowing, or it's actually dead. um, what do you think might have happened? So let me tell you what happened. So that plant probably lived indoors in a controlled environment with consistent humidity, filtered light, and someone actually watering it on a schedule and giving it like a beautiful fertilizer every single day. And then it came home to your backyard or a windowsill or full harsh afternoon sun or windy day. The shock, the transition was too much. It's usually called transplant shock. It's so common. It's actually every single plant undergoes that it's actually a lot of all the experienced gardeners actually plan for it. We plan for the transplant shock so it doesn't get transplant shock. But nobody tells a newbie gardener buying from a nursery or a big box store that you have to take care of them the first few days before you plant them, or they are going to go into shock and will die. Nobody will tell that, because their goal is to sell you the plant, and then it's your issue. The next thing I see is watering. Watering, I don't know. Watering seems so simple, but it's one of the most complicated thing in gardening. I know it feels so simple, right? You just open the faucet, you go get your hose, and then just literally water your plant. But the most common way is you either underwater or you overwater. It's very hard to actually water correctly with the hose. And either you underwater or overwater, the plant is going to respond to you exactly the same. The leaves are going to start to yellow, they will wilt, they will drop the leaf. Overwatering is actually more common than underwatering, especially if it's in a pot. The plant looks sad, we water, and then it looks sad the next day, we water it again, and then we don't check if the size of the pot is enough for the plant, so we end up doing that. Or if it's in summer, we forget to water in one day, and then that's it, the plant is dead. Because full sun weather, we have there's wind, so depending upon the size of the container, it could totally fry the plant without proper moisture in the soil. The fix is easy though. You just have to put your finger into the pot, into the soil, and see if the soil is wet or dry. Then you can decide whether you need to water or not to water. It is totally doable. It's one pot if it's one pot, but it's very hard to do if it's like, if you have like 10 pots. So you tend to take a guess. There are some probes, there are some water monitor and stuff, but the finger thing works beautifully. So try it. Next one is going to be planting at the wrong time. I've been talking about this for a long time, and this is so common. Every single person who has gardened ever in our area has done it. Because when you read it in a blog, it's like, it's June, it's time to plant tomatoes. I'm like, in June, if you plant tomatoes here, you will literally kill the plant in the next 2 days. They will never produce it if you plant it in June. Not because you are a bad gardener, not because the plant was bad, not because even the setup was bad. It's just the wrong timing. Because there is not enough time left before our heat and humidity comes in June for the plant to survive and flower and produce set fruit. So that's nothing. It's not the plant's issue. It's not the setup issue. It is a timing issue. Okay. So what happened? Why you just stopped and you didn't even think about it after you set up your garden, after you really loved and wanted to set up a garden, but you don't go there anymore? I know a lot of people who do this actually. They set up this beautiful garden, and it's not a priority anymore. So it's not because when you think about your garden, you're thinking about your personal failure. No, it's more subtler than that. It's not screaming at you that you kill me, but it's very subtle. It's like, the pots are still there, the raised bed is still there, the soil is still there. It's just weeds growing right now. And if somebody asks you, hey, do you garden? And they're like, no, I tried it, but it's not for me. I'm like, I don't have a green thumb. I don't even, it doesn't work for me. I'm too busy. You kind of let tend to avoid that area of your yard, or don't even think about it. Even if you look at it, it's not in your mind basically. And then next spring comes, and when everybody is rushing to the nursery to get some garden, you think, maybe what, I will try again, put some flowers, and then doesn't happen again, because you're like, what if I try, I'm just going to waste money because I don't have a green thumb. Or if you look at Garden Talk, TikTok, in Pinterest, and Instagram gardens, and you're like, oh my god, that looks, or even a neighbor who has like beautiful produce and who gives you beautiful produce, and like, why is it so easy for so many people, but I cannot seem to grow anything? I'll give you a truth. You don't know what all the seasons of their garden look like first. You are seeing just the highlight reel and comparing it to your worst memory. And most people's garden look effortlessly now because they had a few seasons that actually humbled them. So everybody goes through this. It's not you. It's literally everybody. Okay, so sometimes having a friend, having somebody to support you, helps you with your journey. So you have a friend who can answer all your gardening questions. You have somebody you can just call and say, hey, this is what happened. Do you know what to do next? And then they tell you what to do next. So it's like easy for you. So it's not about somebody who actually will it's not like having your own personal assistant. It's more like having a personal trainer who will guide you what is happening next. So when your plants are starting to show, starting with yellow leaves in a week or two, you know what to do next. So before you end up Googling and finding 15 different answers that looks exactly, that tells you all different things, that's what is happening to you. So with the right support, you can actually look at the photo and hey, it is, I know what it is. I've been there. It happened to me too. So you know what? I'll show you what to do. It shortens the loop, figuring out what is happening. Gardening is basically like a feedback loop in nature. So everything has its own cycle, and you can, it will follow a sequence. So if you miss your spot in the sequence, it's hard to come back without you knowing what it is, basically. So a lot of people basically leave it, forget about it, because they don't know enough, or they don't have enough support to follow and actually find your feedback. And with support, it's easy. The feedback loop is smaller, so it's easier to come back. So you end up gardening for more than 3 weeks in spring, and you're like, hey, I grew something. So having someone in your corner is actually something that will help for the whole season. So I'm going to tell you something that happened to me last weekend. I am sharing this because I've been doing this for a long time. I started some cucumber seeds. I put them in a beautiful tray. I covered them. I made soil blocks, and I covered them and forgot about it. Life happened, and I was doing way too many things last weekend, and I put them in a spot where I usually don't put. So I did not even think about it. I didn't put it in my seed starting setup. I put them a little bit away. So I completely forgot about it for like 7 days, like literally 7 days. Um, so yesterday I was looking for some seed and I opened this container. Every single, that was like what, 12, 12, 24 plants. 24 plants germinate, 24 seeds germinated, everything germinated, and the seedlings were so leggy because I forgot about it. There was no light, everything was yellow, pale, and I don't think they were going to make it. If this was me, like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I would be like, oh my god, I would have been so harsh on myself. I would have been so annoyed with myself, and I would have been so angry with myself. I would have not thrown a tantrum, but a little bit. Now I just start the tray over. I'm like, oh my god, seriously, what did I do? And I just laugh, and then I am going to start the next set of seeds tomorrow. That's it. So I still do make mistakes, even if I've been like gardening for a long time. I still make mistakes. I don't, and the difference is I don't take it personally anymore. I know what went wrong. I know what I made, what mistake I did. I know how to fix it. So I'll just fix the mistake. So that is what experience and support looks like. Not amazing, perfect gardens every single day. So it's just, if I make a mistake, I know what mistake I did, even as I discover the mistake. So I get to move on faster. So that's what I want for all of you. So just to recap what we talked about, we talked about all the mistakes that I see a lot of people make, and why usually it happens, and why you usually we tend to not think about it, kind of little bit of an avoidance personality, and how a little bit of support can actually help. If you've been avoiding all your pots, all your raised beds, all the whole idea of gardening, or trying again, I wanted to say you don't have to figure it out alone. You can have some support if you want, and have some fun. Have a little bit of fun, and keep an open mind when you garden. The garden did not give up on you. You don't need to give up on it. So happy gardening. Bye guys.